Hey there, welcome back guys. In this video we're going to be installing the O4 air unit, right, on the Pavo Pico version 2 drone, which is great because we're going to be using the Access Flying Kit. No more 3D printing. You're just going to install and fly away. So without any further ado, let's get started. Let's see if this Access Flying Kit actually does work. The last Access Flying Kit we did was for the pavo20, which was amazing, but apparently they made one for this drone too, which is phenomenal because as you can see here, everything's really exposed. It's sort of like they should just call it the naked version. And it does work. You know, if you're a really experienced pilot, know how to fly and land without crashing, then you just need this. But if you're new to this, you kind of want to protect your investment. If you land in the wet grass, if you crash in the sand, etc., get all that grit in there, and you don't have that experience that works just right for you, well, we've got you covered in this video. So without further ado, let's get started. All right, so this is the kit here. There's a link to it in the description down below. In case you're wondering, we're actually printing a basketball, so that's the sound over there in the background. I'll let you guys have a peek. What do you think? Kind of neat, huh? So hopefully that works out too and doesn't turn into spaghetti. But that one's printing, I believe, at 50%. Then I'm going to try 75. And then after 75, go big or go home. That would be 100%. All right, so this is it right over here. As you can see, we 3D printed one. We used press nuts and all that other fun stuff. But apparently, we can say goodbye to the 3D printer, and they actually thought about you. So you're just going to need a little screwdriver. If you want this, I'll leave the link to this in the description, but it's a little hex key type thing. So we're just going to remove this, and look, we're putting this back on the original frame with the GPS unit. The GPS has always been there. I remember I got someone telling me that I installed the GPS wrong. The wires are supposed to go under the unit, but what do I know? It works, right? That's all that really matters to me. And you know, it all depends on your flying skills too. There was another comment that had said to wrap the wire with some sort of copper housing to prevent, what do they call it? Whoops, hopefully this one works. To prevent, interesting, interference. We're just gonna change the head here. It worked on one and not on the other. That's not a good sign, but that's okay. We have all the heads needed to perform the Frankenstein, as they would call it, right? Something like that. Just don't lose your screws. Make sure they're all in because they can fly around. All right, knowing that and moving forward. Maybe it's this one. Oh yeah, this one works better. I think I'm gonna get another. I definitely feel see it's magnetic too, which is great. And the version 2 just has a better experience when it comes to the screws and bolts. I got confused in the beginning. As you can see, the screws and bolts from the version 1, not ideal. And I believe this is the pavo20. Yeah, pavo20. One of the pavos. Anyway, this unit, the kit will work with any of them. Okay, so even if this is the another version of the pavo, whichever version of the pavo this is, the Access Flying Kit will work with any of your pavo drones. If you know, for the O4 and maybe even the what do you call it? The Pro. We'll test out the Pro in another video. Because basically this housing, with Access Flying Kit, simulates the housing that you would have used with your other drone. So this is it right here. This still works. This is still good. Okay, so let's say you need this, keep it, you know, or maybe we'll give it away in another video. All right, so there, now that we've got that out, so we have 1, right, 2, 3, and the 4th one's in there. Don't worry if they fall out. So anyway, what's one that suggested was putting this wire under here, which could work, you know. See, it works. Whatever works, whatever rocks your boat. Some of you might not like it like that. I just did what worked for me at the time because we had 3D printed, right? the kit opposed to actually buying it. So we're just see one of the screws fell out. See, and that can go right underneath. Now it doesn't make any sense to do what I'm doing right now because anybody know why? Because it's gonna probably fall back out anyway, and we got to put the unit back together. All right, so let's check out the. Whoopsie, the screws fell out, like I said. All right, so let's check out the 04 air unit first before we put it in its case. Okay, really. So it has a little safety seal here. I've had this for a few months now. I'm not one to rush out and make a video as soon as the product comes out, but we do have a bag full of goodies. I can make a video a day and still have enough. Still not have enough. Still not reach the other one. We still have to do this for the 04. We've just done so much time, which is great. Not enough time actually to make videos, but we're good for the year. I have a whole list, so feel free to chime in and subscribe because we have a lot of fun stuff coming out throughout the year. This is it right here, and I think we did one on the 04, but we haven't done the Access flying kit for the 04. Wow, it's so delicate. This one definitely is going to require a third eye, meaning an extra magnifier, because I can hardly see what's happening here. Comes with screws, it looks like, inside this bag, which is great. Wow, you have your USB, which is really cool. USB-C actually, and here's the connector. See? Oops, something fell. Here's the connector. Here's the camera. Camera looks really fragile, if you ask me. Really, at least they glued it. Look, there's glue on here. I remember seeing one of the Mads Tech's video where they did the teardown. I don't remember there being any glue, but that's good. There's glue there. You could reinforce it, but actually there is no need to reinforce it because we're actually going to put it in its protective housing. Just make sure before it goes into its housing, if you touch the, if you touched it, right, just make sure you get a, if I can find one, a little cloth to wipe it, but that's okay. We'll wipe it down in a bit. Here's your connector. Wow, this one has all of them. Interesting, because I think I have one somewhere here, and that we made back in the day. And if I remember right, oh no, I guess not. I thought one of the holes was skipped, but no. You can make these. These are replaceable. Hopefully it's the right length. Look at that. See how my finger is on the 04 unit, so I'll have to wipe it down. This is nice though, for those of you who want to look at it. Nice and fragile though, like it's literally, you know, it is, let me just make sure, are we recording? Yeah, we are. I was like, oh no, that would be a disaster. I'm not one to put it back in the box. Yeah, I wonder if I could use some reinforcement. It could use reinforcements, but there's no need to because we have the Access flying kit. So knowing that and moving forward, let's open it. This one says 0414, 14 whatever millimeters maybe. So we know 14 is smaller than 20. And then we also have an Access flying kit for the Pro version too, which is just phenomenal. No more 3D printing. It is the end. I wonder if it comes with a cloth in this one, so I don't have to go crazy looking for one. Let's see. Wow, it's really nice packaging. Similar to the Vada flying kit video. Great packaging, I have to say. A little thing here. Keep the box just in case. Or memories. As you can tell, I have all my memories right behind me. Just have a peek. I always keep the box. Just when I want to sell something, you know, you get a not so serious buyer when you post something on the Facebook marketplace and they ask, wow, this is great. I think I want it. Do you have the box? And I'm like, what? Are you shitting me? No, I don't have the box. So it's some little things in here. Not sure what these are, but don't lose these packages. If you have, make sure you lay everything out on the table. I'm not sure what this is. Thermal grease. Huh. I'm not sure what the thermal grease is for, to be honest with you. If you guys know what the thermal grease is for, please chime in, because I thought we would be getting you would be getting instructions on how to do this. No instructions, just thermal grease. I've seen a lot of videos when you have these things in the housing, the thermal grease would probably go on here or on the chip to prevent, you know, it from heating up. But where does it go? Great, that's nice. They should at least put it on the packaging. Where would you guys put this? I have a lot of thermal grease in the back. Let's see what we have here. What's this one? Is this the right one? Yeah, this is the other part of the flying kit, but we have this here, which is really cool. It goes into that. And then we have this right here. We can open it. La, la, la. A porter right here. Oh, look, more screws. Oh, nice for the oh, and little grommets. Oh wow, look at that. Check that out. Oh, okay, so this is the original one. Like, so if you want to put it on in the regular way, what's that? It's like a little protective housing, similar to this experience, but you know what? We're gonna use the excess flying kit because if we crash it, we are going to be safe. Look at that, complete housing protection. So now I just need to find me a cloth, a special kind of cloth, so that I could just wipe off everything. Let's see, you know, I don't, because my fingers touch this here. See, it'd be nice if there was a little protect. Oh wow, that's really interesting, because I wish I had. This thing has a little protective thing on it, but looks like there's a oh, there is a protective cover on it. Okay, thought it was broken, but no, it's not. Okay, has like this little square thing on it. So now, but the square thing has like a little smudge on it, which is really weird. Only you can see it. It's like really smudgy. Oh nice. No, it doesn't even come off either. It's like a little scratch. I wish I had, but that's okay. At least we know it didn't happen with me, which is really weird. And it has a little protective thing here, but it's going to be protected inside of there, hopefully. Yes. So don't take that plastic off as of yet. So now, which way is the top wording on top? See that? Pops out. And where are the wires? So it looks like the wording's at the bottom. Not sure. We'll follow the path. The little screws, the tiny screws, are so small. Try not to talk over it so that we don't. It's so delicate and fragile. Okay, I see how it goes. Yep. Looks like that's how that goes. Let me see. Yeah. Access flying kit. And then this would go. Remember, never force it. This thing is really delicate. It's my brainchild. We know if we force it, we stand the chance of breaking it. So we're just gonna, and there are no screws to hold it in. Yeah, see, it goes in like that. Now, bend it back. So delicate though. Glad they put the hot glue on the other side to hold it in. Literally. Come on, you got this. Remember, it was snug trying to get it out. So it's going to be a snug fit. Trying to get it back in. You have to, like, it's a bad game of Twister. Where you gotta, there, voila. Like, finagle it. It's in! Yay, it's in. Yep, so it's good. It had this protective coat thing, that blue thing right here. That looks like it's scratched. That comes off. It's just a protective cover. but it does have a blemish on it, which is really weird. So now this is where those little baby screws come in to hold it together. Those little ones that are inside here. Okay. This is really cool. It's a really nice installation. And now we have to try and find, whoops, there's our mic. We have to try and find the connectors right here. So somehow they really package this. And then we're going to put this in here. We'll watch the screws. You don't want to lose them. I think this is probably going to be the first time I'm taking out a screwdriver that's that small. Hopefully I have one. There is a screwdriver kit I have that has a screwdriver. We still haven't opened it yet. I think it's been over a year and a half. I wonder if it still works, you know, given that the battery is in there. And I'm not sure how long it lasts, but don't worry, we're gonna have that video soon, sometime soon for sure. So look, now you have it in there. Don't take off the plastic because you don't want it to get scratched like that thing did, which is really weird how it was scratched, and not for me. So the small one goes into the small hole. Wow, this is really hard. I hope I have one. Yeah, this is working. I'll leave a link to all the screwdrivers used in this kit. The kit that we used first might have this size too. But this is just one of these old-fashioned screwdrivers from Radio Shack. See? And there's only one way that to go in, the cable coming out. This is great. Now, with this Access Flying Kit, this can go onto any of your Pavo series. Right? Isn't that... Whoa, don't lose your screw. This screw is so small, literally, that it is scary. And if I could... Once you get it in the hole, try and stand it up. And once it's stood up, you can try and press it in. Now, this doesn't mean that it's waterproof. It just, you know, it gives it the housing needed for protection. Better protection. I'm surprised DJI didn't think of this. A bit of a bummer if you ask me. But great kudos to the Access Flying Kit folks who actually thought of it. See, now that's in there. Now we have the protective housing, which will make this equivalent to the size of the O3 air unit. And then now this is why this will work for any of the Pavo series. So as you can see, I've got so many drones, I forget which one is which. Pavo Pico version 2, I believe, or pavo20, one or the other. We have pavo20, and then pavo25. We have so many different Pavo. We have every Pavo series you can think of, but I just can't remember which one is which. But anyway, on that note, look at this. So we're gonna put these back into its case because we don't need them. It comes with a grommet because remember we have the Access Flying Kit, right? So there's no need. So, but who knows? It's possible these screws that go on the side we might need because that's what's gonna hold it on the side of the experience to make things just right for you. Little grommets. Oh wow, who knows? Yeah, we might need the grommets actually. We might need the grommets. So let's not put anything away as of yet because it's possible we might need the grommets. Oh no, you don't need the grommets. You know why? Because look, we're not housing it on like this. We're housing it on with this right here. Inside of its special casing. And again, this one comes with thermal paste too. It has little instructions there, but it doesn't say where to put the thermal grease. This is so that when it gets hot, right? Too hot, too close for comfort, so that things just don't overheat in there. I wish, most likely, thermal heat might go on the chip, right? What do you think? If you guys know where the thermal paste goes, does it go where the H is? Does it go over here? It does not say where to put it, which is a little bit of a bummer. And I don't want to put it in the wrong place. So I may have to watch one of those mad tech videos where he does the teardown, but no one's actually told us where to put the thermal paste. And if we email them, they might say, just put it on the chip. That's great. Yeah, where on the chip? I'm going to say right there, because it's going to get hot in there. it's going to overheat, you know. But unfortunately, it's about as good as it's going to get. It's going to overheat. But we don't want to put the thermal paste on where it's not supposed to go. Oh, look, there looks like a little switch right there. A little button. Look at that. You can just press it. Maybe a reset button. Could be the bind button. See? This goes like a typical flight controller. But we got to find the right... Oh, wow. It's a little bit of a bummer right there. Because look, once you put it in... What was that? Oh. Once you put it in, it's actually a bicycle ride happening tomorrow in the morning with the local fire department. Bummer. This is for the... Let's try this way. Or this way. Oh, look. Check it out. There we go. Hopefully. See, that'll go like that. To some extent. We need to make sure that it goes on properly. And see, look, these things too. I'm not sure. Maybe that's where the thermal paste goes on there. Right? And let's see. Well, we still need to be able to close it. That's not going to close, see? Let's try flipping it over this way. Nope. Let's try flipping it over. See, even if we flip it over this way, it's not going to close. Let's try flipping it over. Nope. A million and one ways. Just be careful. Don't overturn it. It's so delicate. Like I could see there's not enough hot glue on the other side. 3 different angles. It just shows you how to close it on the box. It doesn't say how it goes in. Okay, so we have a wire there. No. See, a little hole there. And then we have a hole there, which would be ideal for a couple of connectors. We have the switch, the binding switch. I wonder if it has to be bound. Maybe this is for the binding switch. Yeah, looks like the binding switch goes there. Yep. Okay. The reason why I'm having trouble with it, because it's like at this weird 90-degree angle, or yeah, it's like weird, or 30 one of the angles. So you're like, wait, you think it would be straight, and then how do I know which way is upside down and right side up? So yeah, we'll figure that part out later. But as you can see, it is tricky, and watch out because stuff will stick to you. So once you have that figured out, see this little slot right there is for the O4 unit. And then the bigger hole is for this cable and the other one. And let's see if the other one's, yep, looks like the binding button is right there. Or I don't know yet. Honestly, I just unboxed it. So here, voila. To some extent. Remember, it has to close. It has to be like a little sandwich. So if it doesn't close, turn it around. But it doesn't really matter because voila. We did it. Sort of. Now we take those long screws. If they're these right here. These little, wow, the screwing system is so pequeño. So you're going to play like a bad game of Twister. Hold this like that. And then open up. Or you could have done better than me. You could have opened these screws out and put them out beforehand. I do have a little magnetic tray. But I'm not using it. Because, I don't know, like they always say magnets always erase your data. Isn't that what they use to erase your stuff? So it's kind of hard to have a magnetic tray to hold your stuff and not be able to use it because of the fear of, here, I'll show you what I got. Hold on 1 minute. This is it right here. See? And you put it there and your screws will magnetize. You could number them, but yeah, I'm not on board with it. I don't know. I feel my biggest fear is it wiping out all the data. All right, so then you take the little baby screw, and then we put it better in there in the first hole. Oh man, I thought they would seed easily, but no. You literally have to start turning them, unless, whoops, almost lost a screw. Yeah, I did, but it's right there. Unless, hold on, yeah, they're upside down. Okay. But there's only one way to put this in, so that part's not upside down. I was like, wait, why doesn't it seed instantly when you drop it in? So then this one goes in, you turn it, turn, 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 turn. See, we got 1, 2, 3, 4. And they really, I'd recommend, if you don't have a little blue thing like this, just get a white piece of paper, you know, 8.5 by 11, so that if you drop stuff, don't do this on the carpet, because you will lose these screws, and I have no idea what size they are. But I can definitely see with the thermal paste could be useful, because I could see it getting hot in here. But we don't want to put the thermal paste on the wrong spot. We'll have to watch. I remember when I took apart the pavo20, the thermal paste was everywhere. And I have some. I have lots of it. I could, you know, if I run out, I could use it sparingly, or not so sparing. I could be generous with it. But the question, you don't want to put it in the wrong place. But most likely it might go on that metal part. Okay? That little titanium part, that silver part. I'll have to watch one of the Mad Tech's videos and see where he puts his thermal paste. See? Voila. Now it's protected. Now you could basically put this on any of your Pavo Pico drone series, which is just great. It's just phenomenal. You can put it on this pavo. You can put it on that pavo. I believe this is a pavo20. Pavo20 or pavo pico. No, this is pavo pico. Pavo pico version 2. And the other one's a pavo20. So confusing. Anyway, you can put it on any of your pavo series. And as you can see, this can go, whoops, almost pushed it out. Okay, so now hopefully, just hopefully, we don't have to, yeah, we may have to, bummer. Maybe. Where is it? Maybe not. Is this one soldered on? No, it's not soldered on. So we can just pull it out. Pull out this cable right here. Use like a little tweezer if you have one. I have one here. Just to pull it out, which is great. Because we don't want to... Because remember, we're going to use this again. Maybe. And we want to not break our stuff. Now it should pull out. See? Voila. We can meme it. There's a video I show you how to make this. It's really easy. And now, what we're going to do is, my mic keeps pulling over. Yeah. So now, you should be able to put this on, right? Hopefully, in the perfect world, it should go on like this, provided you got the holes right. There's a hole for the front and a hole for the back, and then you got your reset hole. But looks like they really, and you have your little grommets that they included, which we're not going to use. We're going to use the ones that are on here by default. And hopefully, in the perfect world, there's enough room for it to go in. So, bummer. Looks like you got to put it on this way. Damn it. So that it screws right in. You could always twist the camera around. That part I'm not worried about. So this, I'm just going to push the screws in. I'm going to seat it the way I did in the beginning with the other one. Okay, see, that's the bummer part. This whole like configuration of how it goes is a little sketchy. See that part? See, that goes right in, and then I'll get the other screws. See, voila, and it goes on. This is great to some extent, because it's got to be done properly, so that when you put them in, right, the screw comes out from the other side. Hopefully we'll do one and see what happens. See how it comes out from the top, and then the other one will go in, and then you keep screwing it in. The back is the antenna. That's how we know. See? Voila. And then it comes out from the top, but then how do we... This will go like that, which is fine. Oh, I see. Interesting. Let's find its body. See the body. Oh, interesting. So we're not going to screw it in from there. A little tricky if you ask me, considering that there are no screws on this particular one. So let's see if we can unscrew it. So it's like a protective housing. So we're just gonna pull it out. Basketball's almost ready. See, we should have two more here. Here's one, and the other one is right over here. If you recall, in the beginning, I'm not worried about the screws as of yet. I'm more concerned about, okay, the antenna's in the back. Got plenty of room for the other part. Remember, don't take off that sticker. Looks like, oh, you know what? We could use these screws to make sure that it's, well, no, because those four are for the side of the unit. A little bit of a bummer. I was going to say there are the little screws under here, but they don't, you see? There's no way they would go under here on the VTX. Maybe flip it over? Nope. So that's not going to make or break the deal, unless... Nope, the other screws won't matter anyway. Alright, let's see. So I guess it just holds in, you know, like it just goes like this. Watch, we'll put the VTX back on, but this just holds like that, like it would with the old-fashioned way, like, you know, from the, oh wow, yeah, so it just slides right in. We've got the screws at the bottom, but that's not going to make or break the deal. This is going to be snugly in there. So what we got to do is basically there's a little hole right there in the middle for the antenna. So let's, this is the original frame. Looks like we'll just use one, or you could take it out, whatever works your boat. But in this case, we are going to maybe flip it back and put it in like that. See, the antenna is really tricky because it looks like it doesn't really fit into the frame. So what we can do is finagle it so that it comes out like that and out through the middle. And then we'll be all right to some extent, because we don't want to butcher it, you know? So you just bend it. Just bend it back. Or you can clip it. It's not going to break it. But don't strip it. It's just plastic coating. We want everything to look beautiful. So what we do is we pull it back. See? Voila. So then it just comes out near the middle. At least it's holding. That's the part we want, you know? And then we can put access flying on top. And then, as you can see, this is like that. And then we can push the, oh, sort of, if it lets you, the 04 air unit underneath. We might have to take it apart again. Good thing we didn't put thermal tape on. Because it's not going to fit unless you snip the bottom, unless you slip it in between. See how this is really big? And the 04 air unit has to slip through that hole right there. A little bit of a bummer. But that's okay. We make these videos so that you don't have to. See, it's not going to fit in there. But what we can do is we can take the 04 air unit out of this thing. That's why we didn't want to take that off in the beginning. Okay. So we're just gonna 1, 2, 3. I believe one is, and yeah, one is in there. It's like before when we swapped it over. All right, so now we need to open this again. And then once we put it through, carefully, because as you know, these screws are so small. Really small. Maybe small. Small. But this is great because, oops, be careful. See, I dropped one. But imagine if it fell on the floor. I don't know. We might have to glue this shut if we lost a screw. So then slowly take it out. Just hope it fits through the hole. Now, watch your fingers because remember there's no protective cover on the 04 unit, the light version, I guess it's called. So you want to be really careful as you're taking it apart because we don't want to get our fingerprint smudges on there. If you do, that's okay because you'll just wipe them off. See? So small. Now that we have it off, now we can put it through, hopefully. Yeah, it'll fit. The small part of the frame. Carefully though, remember, because there's no cover on it. And it's not going to fit with the other cover on either. Out of here somewhere. Tweezers. Nope, tweezers aren't going to work. Got it. See? You gotta slip it right through and then pull it. Don't worry about it not being even. Good, I didn't get any fingerprints on it. Now, again, put it back on. Don't take the cover off. I want to save that little plastic thing that's on the lens. If you can, if you have a way of saving it, please do share. Because hold on. It just comes in handy for later on. Of course, I put it on backwards, so we got to take it out again. See, flip it over, and then voila. Yep. Remember, it's like a little tricky as we did in the beginning. And then we push this in. Making sure. Basketball's almost done. I'll give you guys a sneak peek of it. It's not something you could use for the Harlem Globetrotters, but it is fun. Another thing to add to your 3D print collections. Damn it. It's so hard to close this thing. Easier to close without it on here. Got it. Nope. Sounds like Morse code. Basketball will be ready in 20 minutes. Got it. Voila. See, and that's why you want to keep that on there. Now the fun part again, those little tiny screws. You can find, yep, they're so small. Again, if you have a magnetic tray, use it. Oops. See how small that was? They're really small, but it's so worth it because preventative is always cheaper than damage control. Well, I might have one battery left. I went flying the other day with Ken, but I'm not sure if I used up all my batteries. We did FPV day. And then it rained that night, which was great. I'm glad that we flew because, whoops, we have Friday night flights, but we couldn't do Friday night flights because, hold on, let me get this in, because it rained. So this is tricky, really tricky. Let's see. Oh, because it's tricky because the screw's semi-magnetic. My screwdriver is semi-magnetic. And it sticks. I could see these screws go flying. Like I might do this on the floor on a tile next time. Just put paper on the floor. See, we got it in. Voila. Now I believe, hopefully, right, the part with the logo is the part that goes up. See, look. To some extent. Yeah, I guess this will... Oh yeah, this will go here. This is the Access Flying Kit for your drone. Looks like we may not be able to use the whole thing. Maybe the screws? Bummer. Looks like we'll be using the other one then. So it looks like we're back to the 3D printed version. Okay. As you can see, it doesn't fit. Bummer. Look at that. Unless we squeeze it? Nah, that shouldn't be. Unless this could be for the Pavo. Yeah, probably this would be for your micro drone series. Yeah, so this would be the Frankenstein set for your Pavo, not Pavo, micro, your little mini version drone. See, like it's not going to fit. A little bit of a bummer, even if we squeezed it in. Okay, so that's fine. You're killing me, right? So now we know it doesn't fit this. Okay? But we know it'll fit this 3D printed frame. Okay? You're killing me, Lou. You're killing me. All right, so now to get this out so that we can put it in the other drone, the other frame, basically. So you'll have to finagle this and then push it out. And if the screwdriver is big enough, see, you just hold it up And then just push it out. Just pull that back. See, voila. Now we got it out. And now the hardest part is getting this out, because as you see, that's not coming out. And even if we disconnected it from there, you don't want to, because so you're gonna need that, because you want to, you know, just do it right. So unfortunately, it doesn't fit. A little bit of a bummer. This is the hardest part. These little screws. Sounds like the basketball finished. Now we won't hear any more squeaking. Yeah, bummer. There we go. There's one. See how small they are? Literally like it's smaller than a grain of rice. That's how small these screws are. And they can flick if they bounce off something. So you want to be really careful not to mess it up. Whoops, see, I dropped one. You could really lose these screws. All right, even if we have our mandate. That's the sound of the end of a print. The end of the basketball. 3D printed basketball. Really interesting how that turned out. Will it dribble? Don't know. Will it break? Don't know. Will it do what it's supposed to do? So hold it gently. Hold it gently. See? Then you'll get it in and out. See? Gently. Voila. And then we do it again. Just make sure there's nothing on there, like little flecks of dust and things like that. And now we put this on like this, which is great. Check inside of there. I didn't check inside of there, but it looks good to me. Next time, we've done this enough times, we should be able to put it on, but you really can't because of its position. Makes it really tricky. No. Imagine getting fingerprints on the inside. So we know it doesn't fit, unfortunately. Got it. Now it's just a matter of seating it. There's the other hard part again. Putting that screw back on. Oh no, I dropped one. It's all right. Now, if you do drop a screw, lose it, can't find it, you probably could hot glue it, but good luck getting it out. Or you could probably use painter's tape, right, to seal the deal. Put painter's tape all the way around it. That could work. I'll show you guys in a second what to do. Painter's tape. It's about $2 or $3 at Home Depot. And another text from the fire department. They have the cycling club, which is really cool. So let's say, but I'm more of a, I haven't ridden since the fall. I'm a seasonal rider. And the spring's right here, sort of. It's been a little chilly, but. So you would cut the tape so that it's the right size and fits all the way around. You know, trim it, make it look pretty. But I don't know if this will, or electrical tape, whatever tape works well to get the job done to hold that seal in case you actually dropped it. I mean, yeah, dropped the screw. So now let's see Access Flying Kit. Yep, Access Flying Kit works on this one. All right, there we go. Hopefully that's the top and that's the bottom. Let's see if this will fit. The back is the antenna, but you never know with these things because, wow, look, and it fits right on the Access Flying Kit. All right, except for, yeah, no exception, sort of. A little bit of a bummer. Maybe the other way. We know this will fit. Bummer. No, let's try the other way. I mean, if it fits the other way, that's fine because we can finagle it. Nope, it doesn't fit. Bummer. Do we have any other 3D printed kits that might work on? Possibly. Let's try it on this one. Hold on one second. Looks like you might be needing the 3D printed kit, which is a bummer. All right. No, it doesn't even fit that one. Okay. It doesn't fit that. Will it fit this one? No. Well, the 04 unit does fit though because we tried that. 04 Pro. So it doesn't fit that. It doesn't fit that. Definitely not fitting that. See that? I mean, it probably will fit if we jerry rig it a little bit. Let's see. Maybe. It's going to be snug. It's going to be tight. We didn't put, well, that can go underneath because we'll put the VTX under there. Hold on. Let's see. One, two. Then we have a screw missing. Hate when that happens. Then we have here. Oh, I see it. Then we have 3, and then 4th one is under the screwdriver, sticking to the screwdriver. So if you have a magnetic screwdriver, just check your screwdrivers before you start going crazy, looking all over the place for your screws. We already have one of the 04 actually works, but we don't have one. I mean, 04 Pro. We don't have one with the 04 Lite. Let's see what we have here. So now we have this sort of jerry rigged, if you ask me. Don't worry about the screws because we'll get them fitted in if this thing fits on. The frame, that is. See? Yeah, it'll fit. It fits, but it's snug-a-dug-dug. And there's that other, see the other screw? Right here. You're like, wait, where did it go? You'd never find it. So that's a little hack. Not really a hack, but check the screwdriver first before you start pulling shit apart. And then now, see, that'll fit, but it doesn't, see? It's a little bit different. Bummer. See, because the back is not flat and straight. We could 3D print this again and stretch it out a little bit. Maybe. So that it's not like it's going to fit on with the... Yeah. A little bit of a... But it's not the best fit. It'll work, but not ideal or optimal. See, it's going in, but it's not the best fit, to be honest with you. Like, I do not recommend it. This frame. fits. And then you'd have to do the other one. And then the other one's not going to fit either. Damn, bummer. Yeah, it does need to get... No. Hopefully it fits into the pavo series. But even if it doesn't, you won't be able... You'll have to fly it naked. A little bit. I wonder if this one will fit. Let's see. Yeah, that fits in there. So it fits in this way. See, on the side, and those little bolts will work. But it's jerry-rigged, man. Where's Jerry? You see how? Yeah. Well, let's see if we can get the screws in the back. They'll fit. I don't want to ruin it. Yep. As long as the screws start coming out from the ends that they're supposed to, you're fine. But it's still jerry-rigged because look, it's not a flush fit. See how the back is like bent up like a unicorn type thing? It needs to be, yeah. It's not going to work. And I don't want to mess up this drone. And this is an expensive piece. So it doesn't fit there. The Pro does. I'll show you the part with the Pro. So the Access Flying Kit doesn't fit in there. But most likely, see the Pro? The Pro does, which is great. So we'll try the Pro kit on another video. But let's see if this one fits into the... Mobula 8, right? That would be ideal. Okay, so now we're just gonna undo this one. We're not gonna take it apart out of its like frame and everything, right? So the 04 light does not fit in here. It might if we took it apart, but it's so fragile that, you know, we don't really want to mess it up. So what we're going to do is, Alexa, what time is it?
Good evening, Samara. The time is 6:33 p.m.
6:33. Okay. So we're just going to, we can put this back together another time. Or we can put it back together now. Yeah, maybe. Let's see. So this comes out. So we still have it protected, which is great, which is what you want. That's why we got this, right? But it's not ideal for this particular frame. So what we're going to do is we're going to just screw this one back together so that we know it's designed for something, but not for this particular one. Unless it's designed for the 04, probably the 04 light, but without the frame. You got to be really good at flying if you want to do it that way, to be honest with you. Because once you crash, it's possible that it could be the end of the days, the end of times for that particular unit. So you see, we got here. We got there. That'll work. That'll work. See, we're just putting it back together. I'm not comfortable flying without the protective coating / case, if that makes any sense. And then we have another screw here and another screw. Well, we'll probably jam the screwdriver in there to pull that one out that went under there, because these magnetic screws that come by default, as you can see, hold their own. So it doesn't really work. It will work with the 04 unit, but not the chip, not the flight controller, which is a little bit of a bummer with this particular frame. See, we're just putting this back together. We'll save you for a rainy day. Pavo Pico version 2. Bye-bye. I'll put this back on the wall. And then now let's see. We'll put these back, these things back into the bag or box, whatever works, right for you. Just know that hopefully you remember and know where everything's go. These are empty bag, and then you have your thermal paste for the flight controller, and thermal paste for the 04 unit. But where it goes, we don't know. And you got a little protective lens. You could use if you ever take it back off. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and I believe that's all we got. Okay. And then you have little screws that can go and here. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 little screws for there. And then 4, 5, 6, 7, 3 grommets. Is that right? Little thingies. Let's double check. Because remember, we don't want these screws to show up later, right? We have 4. Okay, and then it's hard to get. Oh, and then we have a little grommets there. Okay, good. We have everything. Importantly are the screws. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then we have 4. I don't know how I got 7, but just double check. Possible it might have been in the bag already. See, 1, 2. This is 2, and then we have, because we're gonna use these, but maybe on another day. Or who knows? Maybe we'll raffled it off. See, and then we'll put this here, the protective coating there. Put this back in there. There's no lens or anything in there, so don't worry about that. And yeah, and we'll seal the deal, and then voila. Save that for a rainy day, because who knows, we'll go back to it another time. Save this box so you have the thermal kit for here. It doesn't say where to put it. I guess they assume that you will know, but leave in the comments or maybe a picture. Maybe I'll look it up online and see. Bummer, doesn't fit to the extent where we can actually put this back on, like, so it doesn't fit in here. But it should fit the Mobula 8. Okay. So knowing that, moving forward, where's the drone? Oh, we put it back on the wall, and this goes right here. Okay. Let's try here. It's alive. It's alive. I'll pull another Frankenstein. My name's not Victor. All right. Here we go again. Looks like it should fit. It has the screws here, a little bit bigger. Let's try this first. Let's try, basically, why don't we just try taking off the 04 camera, right? And then see if it will work. If it fits, don't take the whole body off, right? But we have another Access flying kit but we'll save that for another video. I believe it's for the Pro. Let's see if this will fit. Please fit. Nope. See, we just saved time on taking it apart. So where does this go? Anybody know where this goes? Like what drone do you put this in? So clearly it don't fit any of these, and this is a Mobula 8. So please share what frame this goes in. Maybe we'll raffle it off. It doesn't fit any of my drones. So let's put this back. Whoa, don't break your stuff. DJI logo goes on the right side. We built this drone from scratch, which is really cool. So on that note, the Light Access Flying Kit does not fit any of the Pavo drone series, which is a little disappointing, and good to know now. And now we're just gonna put this back on. I love the Mobula 8. Flies really well. If you want to build this as a video, don't worry. We use all the right parts the first time. It's a one-shot deal. Hardest part was actually building the motors. I just thought that this would fit because it was the Access flying kit. But there we have it, folks. We make these videos so you don't have to. See, there it is. Check out the video on this where this baby's flying. So it does fit beautifully on here for that drone that's waiting to be found. Where it is, I don't know, but if you guys can leave a link in the description down below, we can get that drone, or not even get the drone because we already have the flight controller, right? So we just need the body. Where is that body? Anybody know where that body is? Where that's somebody for the body? Because we are nobody right now. We're right, really, no pun intended, but it is beautiful. It is great. Let me just double check my wall and ideally it would fit, right, the other Pavo drone if we 3D printed correctly, but that is the 3D print and that's the one that's supposed to go there, but most likely it would fit. It probably would fit. Whoa, whoops, don't break your stuff. It probably would fit in here outside of the case, because look, this is the Pavo outside of the case. So we could definitely put this in, right, the camera. And then let's try it, right? What have we got to lose? I don't know. And then maybe someone has another 3D printed frame out there, right? So that we don't have to fly around naked. Here's one. And that's what those other screws, those other 4 screws we could use are for. But we don't have the screws to tie on the two. Like ideally this would just hold right in. It would just slip in there, and in the perfect world. I'll see if there are any 3D STL files, but we'll definitely check this out. Just test it. Like, what's the worst that could happen if our fingerprints get on it, right? 1, 2, 3, and a 4th one. It's hard to see without the 3D magnifiers. Whoa, whoops. See, this is why I don't like to do it that way. So you have your 4 screws for the flight controller, which would most likely bind to the frame. Back is back, front is front. Pretty self-explanatory because of the antenna. I just don't like touching all this stuff. Okay, so at least we have the frame protected, right? So let's try it and see. Quickly, Igor. Quickly, Igor. Start the generators. Look. Yes, I'm starting the generators now, master. We must complete the experiment before the storm passes. Oh, you guys are like, this is taking too long, right? Don't worry. This is the whole protective of having a protective case is for the new guy. This video is for the new guy who's always crashing, and I could see the new guy crashing this in the grass early in the morning when there's early dew in the rise, and then shorten the shit out. So that's why. So if you're new, if you're not, you know, if you're Mr. FPV connoisseur, then this video is not for you. You know, this is everything's beginner guide. I know, I would know not to fly this thing in the morning dew, landing on the grass. AstroTurf, definitely. In the sand, yeah, possibly. In the sand, you're okay. You can just blow it out. Just remember, if you get sand in the motors, good luck with that. There's another video on that, but that's not me because I've never done that. And I don't want to do it purposely either. All right, so look, hopefully in the perfect world, this would go on your flight controller. 2 screws there. Nope, you see? Just don't work. All right, so we tried that. So that doesn't work either. You're like, damn it. And then where's the switch? See, this goes here like that. So it'll be in its protective case until we find a frame where it will actually fit in. I believe. A little disappointing if you ask me. And there's no, probably the thermal paste goes on there. So I'm glad I didn't put on the thermal paste. See? So most likely this will go this way. See? And that'll go the other way. So again, if you find out where this thermal paste goes, please do share. If you see another STL file out there, please do share, because we will try that one, you know? It won't hurt to try. Can't say it didn't work, and we can put one on one printer, and then one on, I cannot see that, and one on another printer. And then we'll be golden. Alright, well, we tried. Now we're just going to put it back together. Yeah. At least it's protected. Remember, if you're new to FPV, when it's moist out, foggy out, this is something you don't want to fly. I remember I flowed my Mavic and it was misty out, foggy out. And when it came back down, everything was wet. Luckily there was no condensation buildup inside of the lens, but the whole drone was wet. So, but you'll get the, whoops. These screws are so small that when you drop them, your heart goes into your stomach. Because I really don't know. You guys know of a kit that sells little screws like this? So like if someone loses them, where will we find our recourse, right? Like our rebound screws. Okay. We can somehow get this one in. We are golden. I want to check out the other Access flying kit. So this is this. Look at that. Really nice, protected. Most likely it would go on one of these drones, but as you can see, we need to find, look at that, the 04. Will it fit in there? Nope. See? So you have to use the Pro, which we saw in the other video. I'll leave a link to that in the description if you want to see the Pro. The Lite doesn't work on any of the Mobula series. Could be maybe on smaller micro drone this will fit in. Share with us the secret. But before I close out this video, I want to see the other Access flying kit. Maybe that one will fit. But no, we'll save that for another video. Santa Claus. We have that here. What's this one? That's here. It's so light that it's really hard to see. This is light. And this one's light too. What's in here? Ah, we got another Access flying kit. All right. But either way, this would be like a nesting doll. This one is 04. Case 20 millimeters, I believe. So even if even if we did get it in, it won't fit here, unfortunately. Let's see. Oh, nice. Probably has the same setup as the other one. A little bigger. Wow, much bigger. Look at that. Don't take off the plastic until you're ready. Got multiple screws for different setup. Little thing, and I don't know if that wire will fit right through there because of the way the setup is. Right here for the naked version. Maybe. Could be a little difficult, but let's see. Don't want to open it and get dust in there because we don't want to. We don't want to have little specks of dust on our... Oh, nice. So that fits this one. Okay. That's pretty good. But the... Oh... So this is good. Okay. So we might be onto something. If it fits in here, right? And if it screws right there, which is great. But then, this part right here, even if we get it in, just remember the antenna goes in the back, hopefully. See, it won't fit in this 3D printed frame. And it won't fit. So we know that fits in there. And then this might fit in here. Then we'd have to do that again with taking, either way it's got to come out anyway. Yeah, it might work. We could probably pop the antenna out from its receiver thing, right? And then pop it back in instead of finagling it and squeezing it in there. And then now that would fit in here, and then we can fly the O4A in it. All right, let's try it. Let's give it a shot. And away we go. So we know that that one doesn't, maybe because look, only because of the way this thing finagles in there. But we'll get it. We got you. We got you. We do these videos so that you don't have to. All right, here we go again. Let's see. So that didn't work. We'll leave that there. We have one screw here, the other screws, but we know it doesn't fit this one. Our goal is to get it to fit with the original frame. All right, let's see what we have here. Watch your stuff, get all the remnants out of the way so that when we do start dropping screws, we don't lose the original ones, okay? Knowing that and moving forward. All right, let's see. Remember, they pop out was one. We've taken this apart so many times. We're expert now. There's two. So even the other one is for micro drone, but it's definitely not going to fit the Mobile 8. Might need like another kit, another. Okay. So now that we have this, right, like that, we can pull out the antenna. Carefully though, because this is a different frequency antenna. And we do not want to break it. Voila. See? Took out the antenna, double check, make sure nothing's broken. And then now we're going to pull out this right here. See? And then what we can do is probably do the other one first. Put the O4A unit in. And then we'll put the rest of the body in. Okay, put this here. Put that there. Move that in so that you guys can see. Remember the screws? Gently. You should be able to do this 100 times. And if you can, that means that you didn't strip the screws, okay? A little baby one, so small. Smaller than half a grain of rice. That's how small those screws are. So most likely this flying kit is for another drone. Micro, super micro. I'm just doing it by hand because it's so fragile that I don't want to ruin it. So now the other hard part, which is getting this in through there, into the front. Gently, gently, gently. Voila. There's one, and there's two. We're not going to use this, so we can screw it back together in a little bit. This is the original frame to the Pavo Pico drone. All right, and then we have to try and finagle it. See, we got it. As soon as you get it in, push it out. Have the other kit ready. Don't put your fingers on it. Fingerprints. have the other kit ready and to drop it right in. Don't worry, we'll screw it in a second. This is the top and there's the bottom. See, hold it. Please work. Please go in there, mister. Oh, nice. This one fits too. Okay, so then we just pop this in. Like that. It worked. See? Now we just have to find those other 4 screws, which are inside of its packaging, which is this one right here. This one is the 04 20 millimeters or 20 or something, 20 something. Don't take out the other screws as of yet. Hold this like this. Just let it hold itself. All right, and then make sure if it does move, it doesn't pop out. Because remember, they're all equally as valuable. All right, if that makes any sense. So you do not want to mess up your parts, which means that, you know, just keep it all together. Keep it all, see? Voila. Oops, that goes to the pavo. And then this will go here. Remember, keep it all together because they're all equally as valuable parts. See, it's magnetized, but whoa, not strong enough, which was why I did the other one by hand a little bit. Seat it by hand, and then if you can, finagle it. On the floor, white paper. Definitely not on the carpet. You do not want to do this on the carpet. Okay. And then now, whoa. See, when it drops, that your heart goes to your stomach because it like tucks and rolls somewhere. It's like a fallout shelter kind of screw. And then now, got it. Great, and this way we don't mix up any of the screws. Don't worry about what box it goes in because we're just like this one. We are set for life to some extent. And then now these are the screws here. Any other screws remaining belong to the parts that need to get put back together, but I don't see any of the screws. Huh. This is the other box. This one doesn't have any. That's interesting. No kit. See, this one has 4 screws that go in the back. Unless if we took them from there, that's not going to do justice. And all we have here, nothing. A little bit of a bummer. See? .25. At least we have the screw size, and the other one's 1.3. The 1.3s we have. We'll check the other bag, which is, I believe, put it away, but it doesn't matter because they're not in there. You know, there's that kit. I'll take these out. There's that little screen protector type thingy. Could always order them from online. See? So we have the screws and the grommet for the other pieces. For the, I'll show you where they go. So that we don't lose these, but the other one doesn't have any. At least we have the number, so we can always find them and order them online. See, these go here. And that's what holds this thing in when you put them in. See, it holds like that. And they're all the same size, so. But we don't have the other screws, which is a bummer. Yeah, we'll have to order some online. So it looks like this video is going to end because we don't have all the parts and didn't come with it. I'll check the box again, but it's a bummer. See, those fit ideally, but we don't have the other screws that go with it, unfortunately. And they're not here. They're not in the bag. We got the... Oh, wait, maybe they're inside. Hold on. Yeah, they are. Folded inside of the thermal tape. So check the thermal tape. Wow, it got me nervous there for a second. I was like, wait, we don't have all the screws. So at least we have these. Check the box again. But the other screws are default for the over 4 air unit. Put the thermal tape back in. Yay! Just when you think it's over, it's not over. You're like, wow, this guy's killing me. It's like a farewell tour. We never really say goodbye. It's farewell, but not really farewell. All right, so we got that. Before we start messing with it, we're going to put these over here. Wow, these screws are... Oh, come on, man. These screws are small. Wow, we got all 4 out. Now, how do we get them in? Same way we got them out of the bag. Nope, semi-magnetized, not really magnetized, but we can definitely make it work by seating them first. Okay. After we seed them, it's a Phillips head, but Phillips head, but not really going in the way you want it to. Watch your board. Yeah. Really hard. I'm not sure if it's because I'm using a not using a Phillips head, but I don't believe I have one that small. I might. Hopefully. But this is for the Nintendo Switch controller. Yeah, it works a little bit. Turn it. Yeah, so you definitely need a Phillips head. Nice. Flathead will work, but flathead might accidentally strip them. For me, I don't strip them because if it doesn't turn anymore, I'm not going to force it. I'm like, well, it doesn't turn, that's it. But with the right screwdriver, you can turn it. So it might actually fit, we'll save it for another video, the Mobile 8. Now that we have, you know, hopefully, because the flight controller, yeah, flight controller should fit right in. We'll save that for another video because we already have its housing. It's already put together. All right. Definitely want the 20, not the smaller size. Okay, this one is the 20. The 14 does not fit. Now, see, watch your stuff. It'll fit after we finagle it, after we put the antenna back on. So now we're just going to slip this right under here. See, it's easier that way. And you get to maintain the beautification of your stuff. So now we'll just put it here, like that. Okay. Hold it straight. Pull this out a little bit to finagle it so that everything just works. Remember, the antenna moves, so you can't break it. Isn't, you know, when it goes back on, it'll turn. All right. Make sure you see, voila, it snapped back in. Just double check. Yep. See, it goes left, right. It goes from 12. It goes from 3 o'clock to 9 o'clock. Okay. Now, here's the tricky part: we have to put it back together with its casing. Okay. So we'll have to put the antenna at 6 o'clock, and then find our connections, which are right here, and then see, voila. And then now, I'll put this on. Again, I'm not sure where the thermal paste goes, but if you do know, please do share. And then this will go out a little bit. Voila. Now remember, they can seed really easily, the screws, right? Which is great. And they don't need to be screwed into the flight controller. And then now we're just going to screw this in. Yeah, let me know which drone the other kit will fit in, because I'll get the frame, right? Should be a no-brainer. And we already have flight controllers, so we can just pull the Frankenstein and put those parts in and see if it works. Because the frame, that's what I did with the Mobula 8. We had the flight controller, we had all the motors. Flight controller came from one of the Pavo drones, and we had the 03 air unit. So all we needed, we paid $9 or something, or $12 for that, because all we needed was the body. So if you know what body takes that, please do share, and we will get a body. We'll be like an invasion of the body snatchers, right? Where are you gonna go? Where are you gonna hide when there's no one like you left? Right. Oh, thanks, it fits. See, look at that. We get to use the original frame. Look, and it should go right on. Should be able to. Drone, please. Come. Oh, it has to be. Oh, and then most likely, it's right here. Most likely you want to update it. Like if it doesn't bind, it's okay. It's probably because it needs to be updated. But this will go underneath, just like one of our viewers / subscribers said. And then this will go here, like that. Wow, it does fit. Perfecto. The only problem we'll have is just screwing it in. Yeah. Well, at least get it to hover. We still have to plug in the 04 air unit. Hopefully we don't have to makeshift another one. Another connector. It should go right underneath. See, under here? And then with tweezers we'll put it in. Okay, so that goes here. If you need to make another one, make one. There's a video. I'll leave that in the link in the description. How to make the 04 air unit cable. Just make sure you do it correctly. They're really easy to make. Fun too. Fun beginner. Not really a soldering video, but just a regular video. Interesting. I might have to use the. Shouldn't have to though. This should go all the way in. It went in before. Could be because it's a different. Like literally. Missing the. Oh, that's what the rubber grommets are for. Okay. So it will definitely need the rubber grommets. We're not going to use the rubber grommets as of yet because we want to make sure that this thing works. As you saw, we wasted a lot of time finagling this thing. So, you know, if you want to use the grommets, put them in. We'll put them in later, another time. I want to see if this baby works. But you're going to have to put it in before you actually fly this thing. If you don't know how to fly, put them in. But yeah, we'll put them in a little bit on another part. I just don't want to take this thing apart again just to find out. Nope, doesn't work. Yeah, but the grommets will definitely seal the deal. And then we have one more screw, which goes right here. Remember, we're just doing it for the testing purposes, just to make sure that it works. And if it does work, we'll put the grommets in and I'll fly it outside, okay? And don't worry, you don't need to see me put the grommets in. We'll just jump straight to the flying video. But I'll show you before I take this baby in the air. But even if you have the grommets in, the 04 air unit is not really secure, if you ask me. So even if I put the rubber grommets in, right, the 04 air unit sits here. GPS is missing a piece, but we'll find that. We have these are a dime a dozen. We have extra pieces here. And then this, right, we'll take off. Which way is top and which way is bottom? That's the thing. Most likely this would be the bottom, maybe? We don't know. Okay. So what we'll do is we'll put this on here. We'll know once the, see, there's no logo or anything, no text, no wording. But it should fit. It's not a snug fit, to be honest with you. So nice that I can go there. We'll turn it on and see. And that works. And we'll find the other screw. And you can put it on different angles too, which is great. It doesn't have to be on this particular one. You can put it on, I believe, the bottom. You can put it on this. You have options, which is phenomenal. So if you're not crazy about the angle, so they thought about that. They've got you covered. It's not as tight and snug, right? Which is a little bit of a bummer because the other two sizes are, so it goes in, but it does move. If you're not crazy about that, it's like usually it's tight. It's really taut, but this one isn't, and you don't want to mess it up. Like literally, it doesn't turn anymore. Yeah, it just works like a. We can try the other screws. So it does fit. I could see how as it starts to shake, it's not going to work its wonders. I could see why you'd want to use the grommets, but the grommets aren't going to securely hold that in there. I'm going to save that part for another video. We'll try. Hold on one second. You know what? Let's lower it. For me, I'm going to fly flat anyway. I don't like flying at the angle. I like it when it's at a particular, when it's straight. Okay. So find those holes and then just put it on. It's magnetized, so you're good when in that sense. But the holes are not like you thought they would be. Yeah, same thing. They just swivel. A little bit of a bummer. It allows you to turn it and move it like a swivel, but and if you recall, they don't go in all the way anyway. Because we tried putting them on before we put it on this piece. And then this will go here. And you don't want to strip them. one goes on a little bit better. But you see, they just move. I mean, you could put them on, right? And then use the other 2 screws to make it tighter. So now that you have the angle that you want, and then put the other, usually I just use 2 screws, but in this case, it looks like you got to use all of them, you know, a little bummer, and choose one hole, and then put it like that. There, not sure, but it still moves, that's the thing. And even if the frame was off, a little bit of a bummer. We'll take the other screw, put it on, match it into its predecessor. Yeah. Bummer. A little bit tighter, but we don't want to strip it either. See, it goes in, but see? A little bit of a bummer. And this one will just keep turning. It's tight. But it just stays tightly on there. Snug. Will this one turn all the way? No, we don't want to strip it, remember? To some extent, it's tight now. I like flying with it straight like that. So now it's in there. You don't want to strip the screws. I think now we can put the grommets on. As you can see how it finagles and moves. We can put the grommets on. A little bit of a bummer. Actually, we can do it like this. We can take a screw out, put a grommet on the screw, and then screw it in to avoid that shake, because there's already a little rubber spacer thingy. So now we're gonna take one out, put this right here with the spacer. Just want to see, yeah, it's a little, I just want to see which way it should go. Let's try like this. Oops. There. And then we'll just put it in. Give it the space that it needs. Ready to go. Oh, it's in there, but it's sort of jerry-rigged with this spacer, but don't want it to be it's a little tricky with the spacer. We'll take them all out. And just put it in the other way. Through the hole. Because they're both the same size, you know, unless, even if we use the other bolts, there's not enough room in between them. A little bit of a bummer. So look, even if we put this the other way, right, in between, it's basically the same size as the other one. Let's use the little bolts. I only have a few of them though. I only have 2. It's okay, we have another kit we can take the screws from. See that? If you have more of them, that would do the trick too. Whoops. Don't worry, it didn't break, but it's just a matter of getting it in the hole without dropping it. Nice. The bolts work better. So you're going to have to find these bolts if you have them. Me, I have one. I only have two. A little bit of a bummer, but we'll find the other ones. It's all right. If we don't have them, we have another pavo flying kit somewhere laying around here. Put that on. And then this should go in. Almost. Yep, that's in there. Matches the other one. Did we do that one right? Yep, we got that one in there. Sweet. Now we do the same thing with the other hole. Oops. Put one in there. Actually, this is magnetized, so we can just put this like that. And then just screw it in. And now I got to find two more somewhere, but nowhere to be found. But look, see, it just creates it so that it makes things tighter in there. And then now you can turn the bolt if need be, if things are too wiggly. But definitely need two more. I'll see if I can find the other ones. But for now, look, we have our GPS, which is right here. This will go here like that. But we got to use one of these things. Looks like we lost our camera there for a second. Okay, so our GPS unit goes on here. See the little Velcro strip thing? Don't need that half, but this side looks about the same length. GPS is here. There goes our antenna. Antenna could be a little bit tricky. As you can see, it should go in the back. Hopefully we don't have to take it apart again, but as you can see, there's a little hole right here for the antenna, so we can finagle it so that it goes right in there, right? For now, it'll be like that. So remember, there's a little hole. We'd have to take it apart again, but it looks like it slips right in there. Instead of putting it through the other way, you can put it through this way, in case you're wondering. All right, so then the GPS, but for now we'll leave it like that and we'll save it for another part. I'll show you how it looks after it's done. This part is the upside of the GPS. All right, and then this will go like this. We'll put it on, make sure it's on, seeds on, and then this will go like that. We could cut it, but it's fine like that. See? Voila. It looks like it fits and it works. Got a little fluff right there that we can just cut right off with the scissors. Just don't cut the other part of the GPS, but it's nice that it's right over there. So now what we can do is hold those wires up and then just cut it so that it goes across like that. See? And now all you got to do is fix the antenna, which means that you have to take off the unit and run it back from behind. Still, it's somewhat snug. You still need those other bolts if you can find them. As you can see, I don't know where mine are. Maybe it's on another unit. Maybe we used it on something else, but that's okay because we have another flying kit somewhere around here, which is right here. So most likely we may have extra or may not. And the only way to tell would be to open this up, which is fine because it's usually just sitting around. Let's see. Yeah, we have extra. And all we need are 2. And there's some extra ones in there. More than enough extra. All right, so we'll just take 2 out because we only need 2. Thankfully, these frame kits, the bolts are universal. See, we just need 2. Voila. And then we'll just seal the deal, close that back up. Put this back right there. Oh, whoops, don't break your stuff. Fix that later. And then now what you could do is finagle it so the antenna, see, should come out of there. But we'll run it through the hole in here. Or you could tape it if you're not going to leave it on, you know, do what works for you. But that should do the trick anyway. But you could run it through that hole. Now the hardest part, not really hard, but is finagling this, right? So that the connector goes in to the camera, the 04 air unit. And that's why you want to make sure it's connected afterwards. So there's the tricky part, and just double check the wiring, and then you can just push it in with the tweezers, and that part's easy. Just grab the tweezers and finagle it in so that it goes down and in. That's the tricky part. Remember that angle. Now it could go around, it could go this way and then go down and under. And then you don't have to worry about hitting the propellers and the other part. And don't, we had one of our viewers slash subscribers, Ricardo, came all the way from Long Island to fix his old 03 air unit because he bent the pin. If you bend the pins, you will be, just use a tweezer or toothpick to bend them back. But yeah, you don't want to bend the pins because if you do that, it's a whole other repair. We have another video on that, on the troubleshooting. There'll be a troubleshooting video if you can't get your stuff going. Voila. Could use 2 tweezers maybe. Hopefully it fits. Go one side and another side. Let's do it slowly. One side and another side. Then you got it. Then you're golden. And then now, see, it won't, make sure to turn the propellers, make sure it doesn't turn. And then now we can take a bolt out. If you're not happy with the antenna like that, you can fix it, you know. Depending on your flying skills, it will determine whether or not you're gonna, you know, some might call this a sloppy job, but we'll fix it. So now, take a bolt out with your screwdriver, and then it'll go in. Okay, so that you can make it less wobbly. So we'll take this out. Take out a bolt. Remember, it's magnetic. And then screw one on. Just screw it all the way on to the bottom. It's just going to create that. It's like it works as a spacer, to be honest with you. There is another way to put these on, but this is how I'm doing it. And hopefully this works. It'd be really cool if this thing works. Let's see. And remember, it's magnetic. So we can just put it back in. Remember, it's a spacer. Okay. Voila. And then we got another one. Got to take the other bolt out. Like this. See? Voila. Find that bolt. And then put it in. Just screw it in. Remember, it's a spacer. It's better than using the rubber ones because this will just solidify the deal and things will just work and the magic will happen just right for you. And there we go. Voila. And then push this one in. Again, if you're not happy with the way the antenna fits, you can reseat it, right? Put it through the hole the other way. And I'll show you guys later. Okay? See? Voila. It's pretty snug in there. But if you don't trust your flying skills, let's say someone crashes, you do that, and then boom, you lose your antenna. Me, I trust my flying skills enough, but don't worry, I'll set it and put it through the hole the other way once we know that this baby works, okay? And before we fly outside, of course. So now we just need to find a battery that will work most likely. This one takes a 2S or 3S. We'll do a 2S instead so we don't blow it up. Two cells all, 7.6. I don't think that's gonna work. I have where's my 4-cell? Which one is this one? Oh, 2-cell. Okay, so we'll do 2-cell. Know your cells, know your batteries, because you could blow shit up accidentally. So this is 2-cell. Put that in there. 8. Wow. 2 cells altogether. 7.5. Wait, 1 cell. 1 is 3. Yeah, that's good enough to create an experience. And then we can charge them and see how they work. You know, don't want to, because we're not gonna fly them till the morning anyway, because it's too dark out. So what we'll do is we'll strap this baby on. See, 2-cell. We still have a 3-cell too, but I want to start with 2. 3 is a little bit bigger. Yeah, this would be a 3-cell battery, but I don't want to. The 3-cell is, I'll show you, or a different 2-cell. Here's a 3-cell right here. It would buy us more time, and it should fit in there. Here. There. And if you're not sure, use a smoke stopper. We learned that trick from FPV on now. It'll short out the smoke stopper and not your drone. So here's a smoke stopper. Or even your components, even the camera, right? So what would happen is you would put this, most likely we got to take the battery off so that we can create a continuity-like experience. This goes in here. And then this goes here. But there's no power, so then this goes here. See? And then what you would do is you would turn it on. Well, it should be on. Right? See? And then most likely it would short, but it didn't short, which is great. See? Green light, we're golden. We didn't blow it up. Like, oh, I wonder if it takes a 4 cell. No, it doesn't take a full cell. But most likely if it didn't, this would short out. It's like a fuse thingy. So there. Now we know when we plug it in, right? But that was a 2 cell. Wow, it's a little plumb. Let's try it with the 3 cells, right? So, you know, go big or go home. So now, remember, don't plug it in as of yet. We go plug it in here first. Okay, and then plug it in here. Okay, and now 3 cells, 1, 2, 3. Then turn it on. Pray it doesn't short out, but it's a fuse thingy, so it'll like a switch. See, it turned on, didn't blow up. So it does take 3 cells. All right, so now we know that, and move forward. But we're not gonna. Now, when you plug it in, you know it's not gonna blow up. Or even if you built the drone, sometimes you use the smoke stopper to make sure the connections aren't bridged. Knowing that moving forward, now when you plug it in, it shouldn't blow up. Because we just tested it, see? But we're not going to plug it in as of yet because I need to get my stuff. Because the goggles, right? All the other fun stuff. Because then the battery will be dead by the time we set it up. And if it works, I'm going to update everything. Switch the antenna around so it comes through that hole, and the next part will be outside. But let's see if it works inside of here. Okay, we'll just get it to hover. Okay, make sure you got the space. Move chairs, because shit will go flying. All right. Well, you should be able to hover, and then, you know, just work it and finagle it. There's a little sticker on there. We'll take the sticker off when we go outside. And then now, and of course you're going to have to update it, right? Because I don't know what firmware is on there, what's running now. Because remember, this is just out of the box. Got 3 bars on my goggles. This one, remote controller lasts longer. We'll have to bind it, right? So we're going to have to go into the goggles and select 04 air unit. I'll show you how to do that when we go outside. In the meantime, I just want to do it here. Nice, 04 air. Let's see how many different 04 air units there are, though. Oh, there's 04 air and 04 air unit pro. Okay. It may or may not bind if it requires a software update. Knowing that, moving forward, we switched it. Hopefully it'll work. Remember, there's that little bind button on there. It's a little hard and tricky to get that in. Might have to get those little 3D magnifiers because, oh no, I can see it right there. That sync button. I might need a, see, it's red. I may have to press it in there. Hopefully the goggles will, hold on. There's a little button there. Press it till it flashes. It's red though. There we go, it's flashing. It's bound. Let's see what we got. It's bound. But binding doesn't mean anything. Shit's gotta work. Oh. I saw something. Aircraft menu. It said no image transmission, fly in area with less interference. No, I think the 04 air unit has to be activated. So you got it connected to your computer. And unfortunately, it must be activated. Okay. That's fine though. We could live with that. It's got to unlock my computer. Oh. If the 04 air unit does require activation, you may want to take out the battery to save some juice because you're going to need that for the flight. We don't really know how much is left in this one. We didn't test this one. So what you'll do is you'll connect this. Thankfully, it's not covered up or hidden. Connect this to your computer. And then make sure you got enough space. Select allow. I'll record this part for you guys. Where's my many cams? Okay, nice. So it will record. Just need to choose a mic. Actually turn a mic on. Make sure you're not connected to anything. So I'll have to quit this app again and then launch it again. That's Manycams does not automatically sync with peripherals on boot. It syncs with them on boot, but once the app's launched, it doesn't know anything. And see, we're there. So now I'm just going to record. And it's like, hey, here I am in this window. All right, so now we're here. We go live in a bit for one of our Saturday Night Live Q&A sessions. It's recording. So now I'm going to go into a fresh window. DJI Assistant for Consumer Drones, because it has to be activated. Where is it? Right there. DJI Assistant for Consumer Drones 2. Sometimes you have to right click and then select open. And then sometimes, here's the 3D basketball if you want to see it. Kind of neat, huh? That's at 50% though. Oh, looks like it's launching. Sweet. Hold on. Trans. There we go. 04 air unit. It's not Pro, it's just 04. Hopefully it just gets activated. Oh look, latest upgrade. So let's upgrade it. Start update. Hopefully it doesn't require any more binding or bound activation features. So you want to do that first. Remember, it's just out of the box. We just opened it today. So we're just setting it up. Transmitting. So it should have the latest and the greatest. And then it should bind. And then it hopefully is activated on my account. This is a smoke stopper. Came in handy. Handy dandy. See, I'll make myself a little bit bigger. I think this was from another gig, there we are. See? Too bad it doesn't give you the percentage of what you're shrinking it as, like in the other program. Final Cut will tell you what percentage it's at. Okay, knowing that and moving forward, this thing's a savior. Smoke stopper. Leave a link to that in the description. Don't blow your stuff up. So I think it's a $10 or $20 part, whatever it costs, it's worth it because preventative is always cheaper than damage control. You don't want to blow stuff up. Remember that even though it's the light version, oh yeah, I can feel it getting warm. Definitely needs to get that cream on there. Find out where it goes, put it in the right place. I might find out too, and share with you guys. See, it's current as it is. Can refresh. Great. Log export, DJI log. Nope, nothing there. And that's it. So now we'll just go 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. And now we can sync that 2-minute experience or 3 minutes. So now we're back where we were. Going to plug this out. We stop recording from there. It's pretty snug in there. It's not going anywhere. Hopefully now when we turn it on and plug it in, we will have an experience that's just right for you. Hold on 1 second. Let's see. Nice. Something sunk. Let's see what we got here. That one's flashing green. It's not red anymore. Possible battery. Status switch 04 air unit is selected. It's possible that there's not enough juice left because the I'm gonna switch again and see I'm gonna switch to Avata or Neo or something 04 Pro, and then switch to the other unit. Okay, now I'm going to switch to 04. Switching. You can't see because we're not pushing it to the... It says to switch successfully. But nothing. Possible that we're out of juice, but we've got another 3S here, which is fine. Okay, plug this in. Oops. I heard a beep. There we go. Battery must have been dead. Oh, something sunk. The lights go out when it automatically syncs. And we got it. Nice. It says, here can you activate functionality, DJI Assistant 2. Then connected. It says, air unit not activated, functionality limited. Make sure air unit has power, then connect to DJI Assistant for consumer to activate. So we just connected it, but it didn't ask us to activate. The 04 air unit is upside down, which is fine. I'm not worried about that, but let's try connecting it again to see if it will activate it. It's possible it needs power to be on. So what we're going to do is we're going to take this cord right here, plug it in again. Usually when it's activated, I'm going to make sure you're logged in as you. Hold on 1 second, we'll record. And then 1, 2, 3, make sure you're logged in as you. So if we go to login, see, you should be logged in. And that's why it's not activated. So I got to log in, Lewis. Whoops. Make sure my, this is the hardest part because sometimes this works, sometimes it doesn't. As you can see, I'm typing in, but it won't let me type in. So what we'll do is we'll quit the DJI Assistant for consumer drones, yes, and then try it again. Hopefully on the next take, it will let us. So you want to be logged in, so it's activated. This way they'll find you. If you crash your drone into like a building, see right here, log in. Now we can log in. So quit it, and you'll be fine. Know your password. I may know it. N882. Hopefully that works. If not, I'll have to type in my password again. Oh, nice. I'm logged in. Oh, for it's now that I'm logged in, it should have activated. See current. We'll do a refresh. Everything's good. Log and device. Now we can go back. And there it is. Settings doesn't really do much. 04 air. And then hopefully when I plug it in again, it should work some magic. Remember, it said connect DJI Assistant for consumer drones, but it is possible that maybe we should do it with power. Okay. And this is the latest version, 2.1.35. It's right here at the corner. There's our little internal storage, which is fine. 24 gigs, not too much. Let's see what happens when we have it here. No. Then make sure you connect. Make sure a unit has power, then connect to DJI Assistant 2 for consumer drones to activate, which is what we did. Maybe try. It's still not activated though. Ah, there we go. It's start activation. Yay. All right. Confirm my account. So it took a little bit of time. Make sure there's power in it. Okay. And activation complete. And let's see what we have in the goggles. Nice. It's upside down, but out in the bed RX, which is fine. Throttle limit. We don't have the joystick on. Do we have it? Yeah, the joystick is on. Let me see what I got here. Transmission failed. Status. Maybe less interference because it's plugged in, right? So now we can plug it out, work the magic. It's getting hot. I definitely can see how the thermal paste could come in handy. Sweet. All right. Yeah, so it's working. I'll do a little record so that you guys can see. The image is upside down. We'll flip the camera over. Too bad we don't know which side. Oh, I guess the top side is the side where the wires are sticking out. It is getting hot. I probably will put some thermal paste on there because I can feel that baby burning up, and that's the camera. So we'll put some thermal paste on there and just put it in areas where needed. And yeah, catch you guys on the flip side. 1, 2, 3. That's so we can sync this and that. All right. Just shutting everything off. Shut that off. Now that that's sunk, I think well, since we're going to take it apart, right? It's fine. We will whatchamacallit, add the thermal paste. All right, here we go again. Alexa, what time is it?
It's 7:55 p.m.
Oh, we still have time because remember we're supposed to go live soon. Live. Almost Action 5. This should be really cool. Look at that. So the other way is the top side of the camera, which is fine. Not the underside. But we'll take it apart because we want to. Actually, we may not have to take it apart. Yeah, we should, just to do it right. Looks like it'll just slip right out. No, it should slip right out. No, it's in there. See that? But it is getting hot. See, it's not coming out. Which is good. You want that. You want that to be really snug in there. All right, so knowing that and moving forward, we're going to have to put this baby's back on. Get out some thermal paste. A little plastic thingy. And put that in the right area. And this way the thermal paste, and I have more back there somewhere. Thermal grease. Interesting. All right, let's see what we have here. So we're gonna, I don't know if it'll slip out. No, it's in there, which is great. That's what you want. Okay, so now we're just gonna take this apart really fast, sort of. This part will be fast. See, because these screws are magnetized, and the other ones aren't. So 2 things we're gonna do: fix the antenna and add some thermoplastilina. Wow, it's a strong magnet on the screwdriver. And then do this part right here. There's that. And pull this out. This part's easy. It's really easy. It's the other part that's not. In the end, this part just pops right out. You can just bend it back, see, and then it'll just fall right out. But just remember the antenna, okay? And it won't fall right out because we have to push it out a little bit. Push it, pull, push, pull. It's like a love hate, because remember we have these wires right here. And then you'll push and pull, push and pull. See, and take the GPS unit off. See, and what you could do, we can pull this out, make it easier. Voila. And then now, remember we're gonna have to take off the cover anyway, because we need to put thermal paste on here. So be ready to get your hands messy. I think with this we could just probably, I'm not sure if we have to unscrew all of them. I mean, like, unscrew them all the way. All right, let's leave them seated in. See, voila. To some extent, slide it out. See, on the bottom. Leave that part in there. And then, still in there. Still in there. They don't really come out. They're really in there, these screws. There, voila. Remember, the thermal paste is going to go on the other side. But first we got to fix the antenna. Okay. See? Voila. So now we can just turn it and pull the antenna out. Put it in from here, that hole, see that? Voila. And then make sure it just goes like that. And then hopefully should go in. Yeah, I think from underneath is fine. Put this on. See? Trying to make sure that, no, the other hole. Oops. Push it in. Yeah, that's a better hole. And then push this in like that. And then push the antenna in. Whoops. These parts are so small. It's hard. It's tricky having small hands. But once it's on, it's on. Remember, it goes from 3 o'clock to 9 o'clock. That's how much swivel room you have. Great. Now, the thermal paste. There should be a part that says tear. No, there isn't. Oh yeah, right there. This part. Now, there should be a little squirting out. Yep. So I'm gonna put some. I've seen it on the chip before. I remember the Avada. And then maybe right there. Remember the Avada one had thermal paste on the chip. And I put some there. Can't go wrong. It's just hard to clean up. So put some here. See that? Right here. Put it, squeeze it there. And then put some on the chip. They were generous enough to leave us a lot, so we will use all of it. We'll use it all. Voila. All right. Not sure if that's where it goes, but that's where it is. Let it absorb it. It's okay. The trolls. Send in the trolls, please. And we'll know if we put it in the right place. They're like, yo, man, what the fuck you doing? Be like, we know that that goes there. The other one goes there for the antenna. See? But we gotta get it so that we don't want it. Damn it. Trapped in there. See? Got it out. There. Now we can put the other part of the cover on, which I don't think matters. As long as it snaps shut. See, there's that reset button we got access to. Now we just plug away when we turn it, pull it, screw it in. And there we are. That was the hardest part, and the camera's upside down. But it being upside down or right side up is not going to do justice when it comes to the way it seeds in, and it sort of moves a little bit, which can be tricky because if you're doing dives and tricks, I can see it moving. We'll see. At least now we know what drones it fits, what frame. No need to buy or 3D print anything, right? Most likely it should print. I mean, this should. No, I don't even think it won't fit your 3D one. Nope, it won't. See, now we have that. So now we have this in there. See the little hole, and then this will fit in there. Just don't ruin it. Stretch it out. Remember, it stretches. See, and it seeds right in. It fits perfectly in there. Access Flying Folks Kit thought of everything. This is a little wire that goes in. So now we can turn the camera over. That would be this screwdriver right here. See how it moves? That's the only downside. You know, and it's, if you've put this on before, you know, with the 03 air unit kit, just 03 air unit, it's seated in there tightly. There's no finagling it. Like it's pretty much going to turn and won't turn anymore. This one, you know, it's a bummer. Because we're going to put it in the same holes. We're just flipping the camera over. That's it. So that's not going to make or break the deal. Flipping it over, turning it. Except this will make and break the deal by putting our footage in the right orientation. So yeah, there's like, see, look, there's a hole in the middle, which is the one I'm putting it in. And then you have a hole at the bottom. So you can do either or. I'm going to do the hole on the top. Try that one. Even if you do the hole at the top, see, it still lets you put the hole in the other one. And then now we'll do this one. Oops. This is great because look, the unit's protected. You could accidentally land it on wet grass. See, this one just is like before. Remember, it just kept turning and turning. And I was like, don't strip it because you don't want to do that. And then do the same thing with this one. And I know which, I like this angle. It's like 12 or 11. 15 is not for everyone. And you can change the angle accordingly to what works right for you and what works right for me. And now see, otherwise it'll just keep on turning and you don't want to strip it. One of them, I think, it's pretty tight now to some extent. You know, you could change it, finagle it to what might work right for you. Remember, I put it on the lower one. For you, it might be higher. For me, you know, I like that one. The VTX, the cable can go under the GPS cable. I mean, the GPS cable can go under the VTX unit, and then see, it's still going to fit flat and nice. Now you just, the hardest part, not really hardest, but finding the holes, you know. So what you can do is you can make sure your VTX thingy is there, and then start pushing these things in. See, and we're done. And then push it in. And if you can't find a screw, check the screwdriver, because look, it's magnetic and one already stuck to it. Before you go crazy, like tearing your whole place apart. See? VTX unit fell off. See, like I said, this is the hardest part because you really want to get that in there. Once you got 2 in, you're fine. Then it's just a matter of finagling the other 2. But just, it's like a balancing out, like I was saying, a bad game of Twister. Except there's no right hand green. Left hand yellow. See, now it's in. 2 sides. And screw it in. 1. Once you have 2 in, the other one will be easy. It's just getting the balancing act in. And then now I got 2, see? And now I got the other 2. And once you seed 1, you will have no trouble seeding the other. And hopefully you have your screws. If not, use the rubber grommets, but that is going to be tricky. Another balancing act that's going to be hard for you to do is seating them in. You might have to loosen one so that the balancing act can complete, because otherwise it's not going to finagle its way through. I have to loosen this one. Got it. And maybe seed the other one in the meantime. Don't get your GPS unit, don't break your stuff in the process. And then seed the other one in. And once it's done, that's it. You're golden. Now we just wait for sunlight so that we can fly it tomorrow during the day. And see, for us, it's just going to be checking out the, what do you call it? Footage with this new and improved camera, right? Nice. Got that one in. And then now 2 more. Whoops. Don't break the stuff. Nice. And there may be jelloing and jiggling, but hopefully not a lot. This one has to come out because the bolt, maybe not. You got to turn it so the bolt is down at the bottom. No, this one's got to come out. See, the bolt has to be flush with the bottom. There we go. Now we can screw it in. And then we'll take the plastic off the camera when we go back outside. Now it's flush. It's as taut as can be. Hopefully, yeah, a little bit. To some extent. You can move the bolt a little bit if that works. So now that the bolt's where it needs to be, you can turn the bolt so that it's somewhat flush. And then we turn it again. Like that. And then we turn it. That's as much as it's going to turn in there. But once it's here, once it's as much as it's going to turn there, then we turn the bolt so that it's somewhat flush. Learned this trick from Ricardo, one of our viewers / subscribers, the one that came all the way from Long Island. So this one's, it's all right. It's better than it was, and it's going to be better than, it's as good as it's going to get. And then you do the same thing with the other side. Just turn the bolt so that it goes in and becomes a little bit more, Takes away that jelloing experience. And who knows, maybe you have another bolt you could use. You know, like if you can get 2 in there. I remember he put 2. He had some extra ones, but we make it as tight as we can at first. And I believe that's it. Voila. Now we got the jiggling out. The only jiggling is right there, but it's in there. And the only way to pull it out, remember, is to bend it. And now what you can do is you can push the antenna in, right? And somehow finagle it. Just push it down. You don't want to break it though. Remember, it goes from 6 o'clock, see, like that, to 9 o'clock. No, 3 o'clock to 9 o'clock, sorry. And then now just push it down a little bit. It's fine in there. Yep. Making sure that it's in there. It's not coming out. Voila. See, and this is the only part. Just make sure nothing touches. No wires. The only wires, remember the only wire now we have here. Can make that shorter, but it's fine for now. Hopefully there's no interference, but it's fine. It'll work. Push down. Sort of. Not too far down, but we're in that. And then now, the only thing we have to connect, actually, you know what? I like when it's even. Even Stevens in there. Rain again. Unfortunately. See? And once that's in like that, now we have the GPS unit in, and now the only wires we have to connect are the 04 air unit, which, as you know, we did it before, and we can do it again without a problem, as long as the unit will let us. And hopefully, yeah, it should. There's that space, so it'll go under here. And then, of course, just look at the wires before you put it in, because if you can't control the drone, right? If your whatchamacallit, if your buttons aren't working on the remote controller, then it means that one of these wires are bent. Learned that one from one of our viewers / subscribers too. When he bent it, when we checked the wires, we checked everything, we checked the settings, we flashed it, and then finally we realized, after looking in, that the connector was bent. One of the connectors in there. Just use the tweezers. Once it's in, you're never going to take this out. Hopefully not, unless you want to use this unit in another drone. But as we know, it don't fit the Mobula 8, so we won't be doing that. Just do a little bit left, a little bit right, a little bit left, a little bit right, you know, until it goes in. Left, right, left, right, left, right. And then now, voila, it's in there. Sweet. Now it's there. Looks better than it did before. And I believe that's it. Wow, for now. You know, we're going to take this outside in the morning and see how it goes. The 04, I guess, naked version or something. Just regular 04, because this is not the Pro. But it looks pretty cool if you ask me. Kind of neat, huh? Fix that. Gotta love it. Sort of. A little bit of a nightmare if you ask me. But we know it doesn't fit the Mobula 8. We know it doesn't fit the 3D printed frame, which they said it would, right? But we know that the folks at the Access Flying Kit made it so that it works just right for you. Because now you don't have to buy another drone, or you don't have to upgrade your 3D printed kit. You can pretty much use the original frame for any of your pavos. Because look, pavo pico works fine. You know, because we put on the Access Flying Kit, we used the 20, I believe, millimeter instead of the 14. The 0414 does not fit. The 0414 is probably like for one of those super micro drones. We know it'll fit any of those drones. The pavo, we know it'll fit the pavo pico, pavo20, pavo20, any of the pavo series, which is just great, like I was saying, because things will work just right for you. Anyway, let's see on the next half how it flies outside. Okay, come.